Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to take the good old kayak out. We're down here in Ozello, Florida, which is about 45 minutes north of where I normally fish. We're gonna do some backwater red fishing. Key thing, Redfish Life 727. It's my favorite species to catch. So we are gonna try to see if we can locate some big old reds, maybe some bull reds back here in the marsh. It was cold last night. Temperatures dropped down to about 33 here in Florida, which, if anybody knows us Floridians, we don't like the cold weather, so that was a change of pace for us. But we're gonna try and see if we can catch anything today. This is the kayak setup right here. It is a FeelFree Moken 12.5. It's got a 55-pound thrust trolling motor on it with a micro anchor. And this is my pride and joy here. I absolutely love this kayak. It does everything that I need, and hopefully it's gonna catch some fish. Give me just a little bit to get rigged up, and I'll see you guys on the water. So this spot right up here that we're getting ready to go to, right in this bend, is a deep wash, about 6 to 8 feet, right along an oyster bed. Real steep banks on the oyster bed, and sometimes the reds of the trout stack right in that wash. So we're gonna attempt to see if they're there today. A little bit of a breeze picking up now. Shallow spot at the bottom. There's some definite shallow areas out here. What we'll do is we'll go upwind. Actually, I think an up current. I don't know if the current has changed yet. We'll see. Here we go by this marker, and we're gonna throw back into this spot. It'll give you guys a clear picture of what I'm fishing. But right here, right where this bush starts, you can see the oyster bed. It submerges itself and then it comes up, but there's a deep edge off that side towards the channel. And those fish sit right in there. It looks like we're on a slack tide right now. The tide is not moving. So we'll set up on this side and see if we can get any of these fish to bite. Normally we catch speckled trout, and then every once in a while we'll get a school of reds that sit at this spot. There used to be a crab trap sitting here. It looks like it's gone. Another benefit about a kayak is you can get in here close. These fish literally sit right there in that opening. There's a bend and it just drops off. Shallow on this side, shallow on that side, and deep in the middle. If they're here. That's the thing, I don't know if they're here. But all we can do is wait and see. The tide's changing right now, so we're at the middle of a slack. Oh, I don't know what that was. I was lost fish though. First bite of the day. Oh. Man. Might be snapper. There are snapper. There are ladyfish. And both species are great at stealing shrimp. So let's try hooking this one in the horn, up at the head. Let's see. And it could be small trout. Could be anything. It's one thing about shrimp. Everything in the water eats them. Fish on. There we go. First fish of the day. What do we got? What do we got? It is a little red. That's a good sign. Oh, cool deal. Look at that, beautiful fish. First redfish of the day. He's been back here for a while. He's real coppery. He doesn't have any blue on his tail, but that is a beautiful fish. One spot on each side. Cool. Let's see if we can get us another one. Now, if you guys see right there, I missed 2 fish. I was hooking that shrimp in the tail, and then with that fish, I switched to the head. And the reason why I did that is a lot of times, them fish are grabbing that shrimp by the head to kill it, and you have it hooked in the tail. Well, when they grab it, you pull that hook right out when you jerk on it. So I always like to do that if I miss multiple fish. And then just like that, there was another bump. Hopefully we'll get another one. And I don't know if that's an actual tip to help, you know, the way you hook the shrimp. That's just something that I've learned. If you miss them like that, a lot of times it's just the way that they're grabbing that bait that day. And then you can just hook them right in front of that dark spot in their head, and that hook just sits there perfectly. It gives that bait the ability to look natural in the water. It doesn't kill your shrimp. And then you can also hook it in the tail like I originally had it, which is what most people do. Again, it's just depends on how the fish are eating that day. Long cast. That's another thing. When you hook them in the head, doesn't seem like you can get as long as of a cast. When you hook them in the tail, you can really kind of whip that bait. So to get me further out, I went back and hooked them in the tail, see if them reds are all the way up or if they're just on this side of this hole. I just kind of, every once in a while, I just kind of tip that rod, bump that rod, and just keep that bait off the bottom, out of the grass. There's a little bit of grass on the bottom here. It just seems to help the odds of a fish seeing it. Fish on. A little red. Come here, buddy. Come here, come here, come here. Such a beautiful fish. Say they may not be giants, but they're fun to catch. May have stole my shrimp. But I just want you guys to get into the mindset when you watch my videos that Redfish Live 727, this channel is about making it where everybody can fish. I'm trying to give you guys options and opinions and tips and tricks and things you can do to get you out on the water. You know, I said in the last video about my fishing rod, $69, everybody. That is what these lures cost at Walmart. I use it. My brother uses one. I got some other family members that use them. I use 15 to 25 pound Power Pro braid, which is anywhere from 15 to 10 bucks for a reel. You know, it lasts me a while. And then your normal tackle that you have to buy. But you don't have to bunt. You don't have to dump thousands and thousands of dollars into this. Just get out here and do it. That's the overall goal, is just get out here and fish. That's why we're out here. We're doing it to enjoy. Fish on. Looks like we got us a little speckled trout. We do. Little guy. Oh, stop moving, buddy. That is a juvenile speckled trout. Oh, all right. He wanted to go back. And it looks like something else probably ate my shrimp that came off when I caught that fish. But I just want you guys to get out here and fish. You know, come out here and enjoy it. And work your way up. You know, get in, see what kind of fishing you like. You know, if you like to be in the backwaters all the time and you like I do, in the marshes and when it's super low tide, and there's always fish. Always fish. I might have a fish. when it's super low tide, you know, and boats and stuff can't get back in places, that's when the kayaks come in handy. The fish are always there. You know, sometimes a year there's not as many, but they're still there. If that's not the type of fishing you want to do, then look at other options. Small john boats. You got stuff like Ginoos, which I personally love the Ginoos. I want to get one myself. And then you got the upgraded bigger boats. You know, you got anywhere between a 17 and a 20-foot boat is about perfect for any sort of inshore and some offshore fishing, depending on weather conditions. So just look at your options. Don't think you have to spend millions and millions of dollars. You don't have to go buy the best tackle on the market. You don't have to go buy the best boat on the market. Get out here and fish. That's the overall goal. Might be a ladyfish. I don't know, that's where that redfish was last time, right there in front of the kayak, so. And yep, there he is. That feels like a decent red. It is. Wonder if that's what grabbed my bait the first time. Hey, you got little shoulders on you, little man. You ain't a giant, but I'll take you. Oh, hold on. Get the hook out your mouth. There we go. Literally just caught that red right there on that bait. The head had been taken off, and I just kept throwing it, and he took it. I mean, he's not a giant, but can't complain when you're catching those. That is a beautiful redfish. I love the color of them. Beautiful spot. He's got a spot on this side. Just beautiful fish. Let's get the release. There he goes. Best feeling in the world. Watching those fish swim off. Fish on. Little red. We'll take you though. We don't mind catching little redfish. We can catch little redfish all day. I say, you hooked yourself good, buddy. Very good. You were not coming off. Beautiful little fish. Fish on. Another redfish. Oh, this school must be all the same size. Whoop. This one got a little bit of fight in him. Come here, buddy. Oh. Beautiful fish. It's nice when you can get up close and personal with these fish. And oh, it's been a rock. It's one thing that's why I like the kayaks so much, is you physically can get stupid close to these fish. And it doesn't have to be a $3,000 kayak. It can be a Walmart special kayak. I started in a $100, $200, I think it was like $200 Sports Authority sit inside kayak. And you know, it took me till I was in my 20s before I got me a Hobie, and I got rid of the Hobie Pro Angler, and now I'm in a FeelFree, and they're all the same, you know. Yes, some are more comfortable than others, some come with a lot more features, but the intent of what you're doing with the kayak is all the same. As long as it doesn't flip over when you try to catch a fish, it's worth it. It could be $100, it could be $300. This kayak here runs about $1,000 just for the kayak itself. I had the 55-pound Minn Kota trolling motor put on it. I had the micro power pole put on it and the custom bracket. And this kayak ran me $2,200 out the door. That was with a battery, with a charger, everything. This kayak here is made by Power Yaks in Palm Harbor. The guy that does it is the one who made the bracket, and they are just legit. They'll set you up. It comes with a throttle right here, and the actual steering is controlled by my feet. So in this kayak, the FeelFree Moken also has the drive attachment. So this black piece will come up and out, and you can put the drive in there, so you have a pedal drive. So for $1,000, you have all these options that you can do with this kayak. And I know that $1,000 is a big number for some people, but I'm just trying to tell y'all, you don't have to go buy a $4,000 Hobie. You know, if that's really what you want and you can afford it, then absolutely, the Hobies are an amazing kayak. But I love my FeelFree. My dad has a Kaku stand-up board. I think it's the Kaku Voodoo, and his has got a 55-pound trolling motor on it. The new Kaku they just came out with has a drive feature. You know, I hear people all the time, they're like, oh, I can't sit in a kayak because of my back. Well, that's why they have those stand-up boards like that. That stand-up board can make it where you're not sitting as low in the kayak like I am. You know, this one does put strain on my back, so if you do have back problems, I don't completely recommend this one. It is a comfortable kayak, but the one that my dad has, Sherman, he has a lot of back problems, and he has no issues with the Kaku. You sit higher up, you know, you can stand on that board without tipping over. It's just, oh, there's a fish right there. I just had a hit, and oh. It's on, everybody. It's a beautiful trout. Nice little fish. That's a good trout. Good trout right there. Fish on, everybody. Little guy. Whoop. Fish on. Big trout too. Yeah, it's a decent one there. Go. Good trout right there, everybody. Fish on. Little trout. Beautiful little fish. Fish on. Feels like a redfish. A little bit better redfish too. Yep, pretty. A good size red. It's a really good size red. Come here, buddy. Oh yeah. Beautiful fish. Beautiful little redfish. Absolutely gorgeous. Got a little bit of blue on the tail, but it's just a beautiful fish. There he goes. Twirling around. All right, everybody, that's going to be the end of the video for us today. We are out of water right at the end of a low tide. I am out of bait, and I can't seem to get a bite on an artificial. So overall, it was a great day on the water. We caught a bunch of trout, a bunch of redfish. Before I leave, I want to give a shout out to the bait depot there in Port Richey across from Nick's boat ramp. You guys are amazing. You always have what I need. You always have great customer service. If anybody's in the area, stop by and give them a shout out. Let them know you've seen me talk about them on the channel. They know who I am. I'm always in there. But you guys have a great day. And remember what I always say, keep fishing, enjoy yourself, and I'll see you guys next time.